So let us start with Newton interpolation. All right. Newton interpolation. So please write down Newton interpolation. So let us consider another form of polynomial known as Newton's form. So Newton's form of polynomial लेखौं. So according to Newton, हामीले चाहिँ पोलिनोमियललाई यस्तो फर्ममा लेख्न सक्छौं. Pnx equals to a0 plus a1x minus x0 plus a2 into x minus x0 x minus x1 plus a3 into x minus x0 x minus x1 x minus x2 x minus x2. Similarly, let us write the general form an into x minus x0 x minus x1 up to x minus xn minus 1. Let us consider equation number 1. So a0 plus a1 x minus x0, a2 x minus x0 x minus x1 plus a3 x minus x0 x minus x1 into x minus x2 up to an. So this is the form you need to remember while doing a Newton's polynomial. है so यो फंक्सन. So यसमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ, हामीले यो पोलिनोमियल बनाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ x0 x1 x2 x3 these points are given in the table. No, these points are given in the table. So what is unknown? The coefficients are unknown. So we will derive a formula, or we'll write down the formula in terms of coefficient. Coefficientहरु चाहिँ हामीले फर्मुलाको रूपमा लेख्छौं. So मैले at x equals to x0, यदि मैले x equals to x0 लेखे भने के हुन्छ भन्नु त, यो pn x0 equals to a0 मात्रै हुन्छ हो. किन? बाकी टर्म्सहरु के हुन्छ, 0 हुन्छ हो. अनि x equals to x0 हाल्ने बित्तिकै यहाँ x0 minus x0 यो 0 हुन्छ, यहाँ पनि x minus x0 हुने बित्तिकै यो 0 हुन्छ, यो पनि x minus x0 छ 0 हुन्छ, यो पनि x. So all term will be 0. So a0 भनेको के हुने भयो हाम्रो pn x0. So यसलाई यसरी पनि लेख्न सकिन्छ. So a0 will be equals to pn x0 and we'll call that pn x0 as f0. That is given in the table. So यो भनेको चाहिँ polynomial or the function at x0 हो नि. Function at x0 भनेको f0 हो. That will be given in the table. So a0 हामीले क्याल्कुलेट गर्यौं. त्यसैगरी at x equals to x1 लेखे भने के हुन्छ यो भन्नु त मलाई. So pn x1 will be equals to a0 भयो हो plus a1 हुन्छ, x1 minus x0 हुन्छ, बाकी टर्म्सहरु 0 हुन्छ हो. यो सँग पनि x minus x1 छ. So x1 minus x1 हुन्छ 0 हुन्छ, यहाँ पनि x1 सबै टर्म्सहरु 0 हुन्छ. So सेकेन्ड टर्म सम्म मात्र हुन्छ, किनभने सेकेन्ड टर्म मा त x1 छैन नि. So at x equals to x1 बाकी टर्म्सहरु 0 हुन्छ, a2 भन्दा उतापटि सबै 0 हुन्छ. So यसबाट हामीले के को भ्यालु निकाल्न सक्छौं, a1. So pn x0 means the polynomial at x0 or a function at x0 लाई f1 भनेर डिनोट गरिन्छ. That is also taken from the table. a0 we have just calculated at a0 as what, f0 plus a1 x1 minus x1. Alright, so if you solve to get the value of coefficient a1, के हुन्छ त्यो a1 भनेको f1 minus f0 whole upon x1 minus x0. So हामीले a0 को value निकाल्यौं, a1 को value निकाल्यौं. Similarly, we can calculate the value for a2, a3 and so on. a3 a2 सम्म निकाल्यौं है त. So मैले यसै गरी के गर्ने भयो अब at x equals to x2. So at x equals to x2 यो के हुने भयो हाम्रो फंक्सन pn x2. यो डेरिभेसन पढ्नु पर्दैन तर यु शुड नो कि फर्मुला कसरी आयो भनेर है. सो डेरिभेसनहरु सोध्दैन एक्जाममा. So that will be equals to a0 plus a1 x2 minus x0 plus a2 into x2 minus x0 x2 minus x1. रिमेनिङ टर्म 0 हुन्छ हो. a3 भन्दा उताको टर्म 0 हुन्छ.
हुन्छ सर.
सबै 0 हुन्छ हो. सो pn x2 भनेको f2 हो. फंक्सन f2. द फंक्सन f2 x2 भन्ने पोइन्टमा पोलिनोमियलको भ्यालु भनेको f2 हो. टेबलबाट पाउँछ. a0 we have already calculated as what? f0 plus a1 also we have already calculated in terms of function and points. So f1 minus f0 divided by x1 minus x0. यसलाई जस्ताको त्यस्तै लेखौं. Plus a2 into x2 minus x0 x2 minus x1. Now you solve this whole equation in terms of what? a2. So you can solve the equation in terms of a2. So a2 हामीले यदि निकाल्यौं भने f2 minus f1 whole upon x2 minus x1 minus f1 minus f0 whole upon x1 minus x0 whole upon x2 minus x0. So that will be the formula for a2. Looks complicated, right? a3 लेख्नु भयो भने अझ complicated हुन्छ त्यो हो. Right. So similarly you can calculate for a3, you can calculate for a4 and up to an. हो. सो तपाईले यो त सम्झिन सक्नुहुन्छ a0 f0 हुन्छ भनेर माथि a1 यो हुन्छ भनेर पनि सम्झिन सकिन्छ. तर यो सबै सम्झिन त इट्स गोना बी डिफिकल्ट हैन. a2 भनेको यति भयो. a3 अझै धेरै हुन्छ. सो यसलाई कसरी यसलाई सम्झिन सकिन्छ त कसरी यसलाई लेख्न सकिन्छ. त्यो म अहिले बताउँछु है त. यहाँसम्म गर्नुभयो सबैले. है. So just remember this one pn भन्ने एउटा सम्झिनुस् हैन. And you will be knowing this formula automatically. कसरी गरिन्छ हेरौँ है त. Let us see कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ. So a0 सम्झिनु पर्यो. a0 भनेको के हुन्छ भने मैले f0 हुन्छ भने हो. a0 is f0 and f0 is, we know that it's function at x0. We know this. It's a function of x0. Short form मा f0 लेखिन्छ. त्यसैगरी a1 भनेको मैले के लेखे f1 minus f0 divided by के x1 minus x0 हो. f1 भनेको के हो? It's a function of x1 minus f0 भनेको function of x0 divided by what? x1 minus x0 हो. अब यसलाई हामी के डिनोट गर्छौं भनेर भन्दा यो टोटल a1 यो टोटल इट्स अ फंक्शन अफ व्हाट? x0 and x1 हो. यसलाई यसरी डिनोट गरिन्छ. इट्स अ फंक्शन अफ x0 and x1 हो. फंक्शन अफ x0 and x1 हो यो भन्ने हैन. त्यसैगरी a2 हामीले कति लेखेको थियौ? f1 minus f2 divided by what? Sorry, f2 minus f1 है ना. f2 minus f1 divided by x2 minus x1 minus f1 minus f0 whole upon x1 minus x0. We have just written it down है ना. अघि डिराइभ गरेर. So divided by x2 minus x0. Right? So what is this? this is a function of x1 and x2 हो. So we can write it as like this, fx1 comma x2 हो. Minus, and this is a function of what? यहाँ माथि हामीले जस्ट लेखिसकेको छ, a1 लेखे पनि हुन्छ, अथवा we can write it down as function x0 comma x1 whole upon x2 minus x0 भयो. Now we will denote a2 as, this is a total function of what? यहाँ तीनवटा टर्म्सहरु छ, के छ? x0, x1 र x2. So we will call it as a function of x0 comma x1 comma x2. You got it? हामी यसरी लेख्छौँ. भयो है. Similarly, we'll write a3 as function of what? x0 comma x1 comma x2 comma x3 हो. Also we'll write a4 as function of what? x0 comma x1 comma x2 comma x3 comma x4 and so on. So if we write an, then an is a function of x0 comma x1 comma x2 comma and so on up to what? xn. So हामी के भन्छौं भनेर भन्दाखेरि a0 is function of x0, a1 is a function of x0 x1, a2 is a function of x0 x1 and x2 हो. a3 is a function of x0 x1 x2 and x3, a4 is a function of x0 x1 x2 x3 x4 and so on. अब यो हेरेर यो फर्मुला कसरी लेखिन्छ, that is an important thing. भयो है. Now it's easy to remember है. a0 भनेको के हुने हो? function of x0. a1 भनेको के हुने हो? function of x1 x0 x1. a2 भनेको x0 x1 x2. a3 भनेको चारवटा x0 x1 x2 x3. a4 भनेको एन्सर. त्यसै गरी सो अब यसलाई कसरी हामीले लेख्न सक्छौं त भनेर भन्दाखेरि, let us try to rewrite the formula in terms of this. Say we know this only, हैन. अब अहिले हामीलाई के थाहा भयो भनेर भन्दाखेरि a0 will be equal to fx0. We are trying to rewrite the formula है, यो स्टेप होइन. त्यसै गरी a1 भनेको मैले के भने, we know it's a function of x0 comma x1 हो. अब यसबाट फर्मुला लेखौं त. So function of x1 minus function of x0 divided by the range of the point. के भने मैले? Function of x1 minus function of x2 divided by the total range x1 minus x0. You got it? Now we can write the formula in this way. But fx1 भनेको f1 हो, fx2 भनेको f2 हो. We know that. भयो है यहाँसम्म? We have written it. त्यसै गरी अब मैले a2 भनेको मलाई यो मात्र थाहा छ. a2 भनेको function of x0 comma x1 comma x2.
त्यहाँ माइनस f x0 हुँदो रहेछ माथि.
fx यहाँ ठीक छ. सो मलाई यो थाहा छ हैन. यो थाहा छ भने मैले अब फर्मुला कसरी लेख्छु त भन्दाखेरि यो दुईटा अन्तिमको दुईटा. So is equals to function of x1 comma x2 minus function of यो दुईटा सुरुको दुईटा x0 comma x1 whole upon range. Range कति छ? x2 minus x0. You got it? This we have already calculated as a1. So a1 मा जुन भ्यालु निक्लिन्छ यहाँ राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ. यसलाई फेरि ब्रेक डाउन गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. fx2 minus fx1 divided by x2 minus x1 गर्नुहुन्छ. यो भनेको fx2 minus fx1 divided by x2 minus x1. यो भनेको fx1 minus fx0 divided by x1 minus x0, which is a1. Oh, now let me show the term over here. ठ्याक्कै यही आयो कि आएन ल. See here, ठ्याक्कै त्यही आयो हैन. अब हामीलाई यसबाट के सजिलो भयो भनेर भन्दाखेरि हामी जुनसुकै टर्मको पनि लेख्न सक्छौं. जस्तो मैले a3 त यहाँ लेखेको छैन नि काहीँ पनि हैन. a3 भनेको यो हुन्छ भनेको छ, तर फर्मुला त लेखेको छैन नि. We can write down the formula for a3 now. So कसरी लेख्न सकिन्छ? So if you can write down the formula of A3, then you can write for anything. So it's a function of k x0, x1, x2, x3. अहिले हामीलाई यति थाहा छ हो. सो यसलाई फर्मुलामा ब्रेक डाउन गर्नु पर्यो भने यो तीनटा लिने सुरुमा के हुन्छ? इट्स अ फंक्शन अफ x1, x2, x3. अन्तिमको तीनटा माइनस सुरुबाट तीनटा के fx0, x1, x2 डिवाइडेड बाई रेंज अफ द पोइन्ट भनेको कति हुने भयो? x3 माइनस x0 भयो. है. व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज a2. सो a2 को भ्यालु यहाँ लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ. फेरि यसलाई ब्रेक डाउन गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ एन्ड यु क्यान राइट डाउन द फर्मुला फर एनीथिङ. सो यो सम्झिनु भयो भने पुग्छ फर्मुला लेख्नलाई. फंक्शन अफ x0, फंक्शन अफ x1, x0, function of x0, x1, x2, function of x0, x1, x2, x3, and so on. सो फर्मुला याद गर्न अब a2 सम्म तपाईले याद गर्नु होला हैन, तर a3 निकाल्नु पर्यो, a4 निकाल्नु पर्यो भने त गन बी डिफिकल्ट हैन. त्यही भएर यो नै सम्झिनु पर्यो है क्याल्कुलेसन गर्नु. So let us do a problem. गर्नु भयो यहाँसम्म. So let us write down a problem.
sorry.
Let's try to do a problem. Fit a fit a second order Newton's interpolating polynomial to estimate the value of cos 1.15 from the table given below. So table दिएको छ, टेबल बनाऊ. So you have given x and fx. fx यो केसमा cos x भनेर दिएको छ. So at 1 you have given a value of 0.5403. At 1.1 you are given value of 0.4536. At 1.2 0.3624. At 1.3 0.2625. So this is the table given. So you need to find the value at x equals to 1.15. 1.15 मा भ्यालु निकाल्नु पर्ने छ by using the Newton's interpolation polynomial. Let's try to do the solution. So what you are given? Second order. Oh, second order हुने बित्तिकै हामी के लेख्छौं? We write p2x. p and x थियो, so p2x लेख्छौं. So p2x भनेको के हुने भयो हाम्रो? a0 plus a1 into x minus x0 plus a2 into x minus x0 x minus x1. We'll stop till here किनभने हामीले चाहिँ सेकेन्ड अर्डर पोलिनोमियल निकाल्नु पर्ने छ. यसमा x को म्याक्सिमम पावर भनेको के आउँछ? यो पोलिनोमियलमा स्क्वायर x स्क्वायर आउँछ हो. यहाँ x हुन्छ, यहाँ x स्क्वायर आउँछ. So that will be your maximum polynomial. Second order is asked in the question. So if asked till third order, so what will I do? I will be using plus a3 into x minus x0 x minus x1 into x minus x2. If nothing is mentioned, we'll take the whole points satisfy हुने गरी. है x0 x1 x2 x3 सो म्याक्सिमम हामीले कतिसम्म लेख्न सक्छौँ a3 सम्म लेख्न सक्छौँ so if the order is not mentioned we'll take the whole points है we'll keep our own order so let me write down the values a0 we'll need to find out a0 a1 x minus x0 is given in the question as 1 this is x0 plus a2 x minus 1 x0 is 1 and x minus x1 is what 1.1 all right we'll call this as equation number 1 so you calculate the value of a0 a1 and a2 and put that value in equation number 1 you will get a polynomial in that polynomial if you put x equals to 1.15 you will get the result that will be equal to cos 1.15 okay we know what is a0 fx0 and what is fx0 is given over here 0.5403 all right so let us calculate the value for a1 then a1 is what it's a function of x0 x1 all right we know this right? So this means function x1 minus function x2 sorry function x0 divided by x1 minus x0 all right let us calculate fx1 is given as what 0.4536 minus fx0 0.5403 whole upon x1 minus x0 1.1 minus 1 so what will be its value minus 0.867 we have done till here
clear sir
okay now let us calculate a2 सम्म निकाल्नु पर्ने छ so what is a2 so a2 is what it's a function of x0 comma x1 comma x2 all right let us try to write down the formula for this a2 so it's a function of सुरुको अन्तिमको दुईटा लिने function x1 x2 minus function x1 x0 x1 divided by the total range of point के हो x2 minus x0 all right by so what is this then this is fx2 minus fx1 whole upon x2 minus x1 minus this you can copy it from here okay a1 so we can copy it from here directly 0.867 all right minus minus plus हुन्छ divided by x2 minus x0 x2 भनेको हाम्रो कति छ 1.2 minus x1 भनेको x2 minus x0 x0 भनेको हाम्रो कति छ well we have copied this now calculate this we know fx2 कति छ fx1 कति छ x2 कति छ x1 कति छ we know this है fx2 कति छ 0.3624 यो कति छ 0.4536 यो कति छ 1.2 यो x1 कति छ 1.1 you can do the calculations right so if you do the calculations you will get the result as minus 0.225 so we have calculated a1 a0 a1 a2 we have calculated these points so put these values in equation number 1 okay p2x so के हुने भयो त हाम्रो from equation 1 मा यो भ्यालुजहरु सब्स्टिट्युट गर्ने हो भने so what we get from equation number 1 we have p2x that will be equals to what 0.5403 minus 0.867 x minus 1, all right, minus 0.225 x minus 1 x minus 1.1 . So you get a polynomial, the second order polynomial. The highest power of x is 2 here, right? This is a second degree polynomial. So at x equals to 1.15 ma, what is p2 1.15 then? All right, so put the values here. 0.5403 minus 0.867, 1.15 minus 1 minus 0.225, 1.15 minus 1, 1.15 minus 1.1. Calculate, you'll get the result, 0.4086. So that is called, let us learn about Newton's divided difference table. Newton's divided difference table. Let us do an example for a 4 interpolating point. Oh, Newton's divided difference table, how it is made. So for 4 interpolating points, मैले example चाहिँ 4 वटा interpolating points को. So let me make a table I. So we have xi and fxi. So I 0, keep few spaces, दुईटा स्पेसहरु दिनुस् हैन, 1 2 spaces, 2 3, all right. So 0 देखि 3 सम्म कतिवटा point भयो, 4 वटा point. मैले 4 वटा को लागि गरे, जति वटा को पनि गर्न सकिन्छ. So x for I equals to 0, x0, x1, x2 and x3, these values are given in the table. And its corresponding fx पनि table मा दिएको हुन्छ. fx0 हुन्छ, यो कति हुन्छ, fx1 हुन्छ, यो कति हुन्छ, fx2 हुन्छ, यो कति हुन्छ, fx3. So these things are given in the table. I भनेको त general कुरा भयो हैन. So xi and fxi are given in the table. Now what we do is that we find the divided difference. So we subtract fx1 from fx0, fx1 minus fx0 divided by x1 minus x0. So हामी यहाँनिर के लेख्छौं, we'll write a value, we'll call it first divided difference, delta df. Delta df indicates divided difference. So fx1 minus fx0 divided by x1 minus x0 will give you what? Fx0 comma x1. If you remember, this is a1. This minus this divided by this minus this. यहाँ लेख्ने. त्यसैगरी fx2 minus fx1 divided by x2 minus x1 गर्ने अनि यहाँ लेख्ने. So we'll denote it as what? Function x1 comma x2. यो देख्ने बित्तिकै हामी के गर्थ्यौं, fx2 minus fx1 divided by the range x2 minus x1 ले गर्थ्यौं नि. So यहीँबाट गर्न सकिन्छ कि अब यो बाट माइनस यो डिवाइडेड बाइ यो माइनस यो. यसमा पनि के गर्ने भयो, fx3 minus fx2 divided by x3 minus x2. त्यसले के दिने भयो, fx2 x3. All right, यसलाई फर्स्ट डिवाइडेड डिफरेन्स भयो. त्यसै गरी सेकेन्ड डिभाइडेड डिफरेन्स निकालौँ डेल्टा डी स्क्वायर एफ यो माइनस यो दिस भ्यालु माइनस दिस भ्यालु डिभाइडेड बाई x2 माइनस x नट एउटा छोडेर अल द होल रेन्ज x2 माइनस x नट त्यसले हामीलाई के दिन्छ fx नट कमा x1 कमा x2 it will be a function of x नट x1 and x2 if you remember this is a2 अघि न्युटन्स पोलिनोमियल त्यसै गरी यसको पनि डिभाइडेड डिफरेन्स लिने के गर्ने यो क्वान्टिटी माइनस यो क्वान्टिटी डिभाइडेड बाई x3 माइनस x1 एउटा छोडेर भनेको x3 माइनस x1 यसले हामीलाई के दिन्छ x1 कमा x2 कमा x3 दिन्छ एउटा नआउँजेसम्म गरिराख्ने अब त एउटा आउँछ हैन सो डेल्टा डी क्यूब एफ यो भनेको थर्ड डिभाइडेड डिफरेन्स हो अलराइट सो व्हाट विल यु गेट this minus this divided by x3 minus x naught x3 minus x naught so that will give you what यो minus यो गर्ने बित्तिकै function of x naught comma x1 comma x2 comma x3 So without remembering the formula for Newton interpolation, you can still do the interpolation by using Newton's divided difference table. Right? So this will give you what? A naught. Alright. This will give you what? A1. This will give you A2. This will give you A3 and so on. So these points will give you the value of coefficients. Now let's try to do a problem. You can do the same problem or a different problem by using the Newton's divided difference table. So let us try to do the problem. So these points will give you the coefficient of the Newton's interpolating polynomial. Okay.
यसो माथि गर्दिन त्यो हेडिङ नै छुट्यो
जो Newton's divided difference table. Let's write it down a question. A table of polynomial function is given below. Fit a polynomial using Newton's divided difference table and find the value of fx at x equals to 2.5. So we are given a table. Table of x and fx is given. In -3 it's -30, in -1 it's -22, 0 it's -12, in 3 you get 330, in 5 you get 3458. All right, so this table is given in the question and you need to solve that by using Newton's divided difference. You can solve this problem by using Lagrange also, by Newton's interpolation also, and by Newton's divided difference also. If the main method is not mentioned in the question, you can do it by using any method you like except the linear interpolation. All right, so method is mentioned. If it's not mentioned, you can do whatever you feel comfortable at. So let's write down this table vertically. All right, so I'll use another page. Question copy गर्नु भने है -3 30 -1 -22 0 -12 3 330 5 3458. So let us write down a table. Of xi and fxi. You can keep I also, I is not necessary, eh? We know. So let us write down the xi, value of xi, giving few spaces. So -3, it's -1. Just keep 2 line space. So another point is 0, another point is 3, another point is 5. All right. Let's write down the corresponding functional value. -30, -22, -12, 330, 3458. Now let's write down the first divided difference. We'll denote it as delta df. So this minus this, -22 minus -30 divided by -1 minus -3. Kati huncha? Tell me. Okay, do the calculation and tell me. Kati huncha? -22 minus -30 divided by -1 minus -3. So that will give you 4. All right. So do the same. So -12 minus -22 divided by 0 minus -1. So what would be it? 10. 330 minus -12 divided by 3 minus 0. So what will be it? 114. All right. Do the same over here. This minus this divided by 5 minus 3. So 1564. That is the first divided difference. We'll do the second divided difference, delta d square f. So 10 minus 4 divided by 0 minus -3. Now, 0 minus -3. कति हुन्छ? 2. You do here also. 114 minus 10 divided by 3 minus -1. 26. Do over here. So 1564 minus 114 divided by 5 minus 0. 290. All right. Now let's calculate third divided difference. Delta cube f. Delta d cube f. So 26 minus 22 divided by 3 minus -3. So 26 minus 2 divided by 3 minus -3. कति हुन्छ? 4. 290 minus 26 divided by 5 minus -1. कति हुन्छ? 44. Now let us calculate the delta d power 4 f. That is fourth divided difference. So that will be what? 144 minus 4 divided by 5 minus minus 3. So that will come as 5. Alright, we have done. So let us write down the formula. We know that this will be A0, this will be A1, this will be A2, this will be A3, this will be A4. So you will go until where? A4, power 4. So that will be, what will be your polynomial then? P4x, Newton polynomial. Oh, so Newton polynomial P4x कहाँसम्म जान्छ? A0 plus A1x minus x0 plus A2 into x minus x0 x minus x1 plus A3 into x minus x0 x minus x1 x minus x2 कहाँसम्म जाने भयो? प्लस A4 सम्म जाने भयो. x minus x0 x minus x1 x minus x2 x minus x3. All right. So what is the value of A0? A0 means fx0, you know it. So what is that? Minus 30 plus what is A1? This will be your A0, the A1, A2, A3, A4. All right. So you don't have to use the formula. Right? You can calculate this A1. So A1 is 4. X minus x0 is minus 3, minus minus plus 3. A2 is 2, x plus 3. Another point is x plus 1 plus 4, x plus 3, x plus 1, x only. X minus 0 means x1. All right, x minus 0 plus A4 is 5, x plus 3, x plus 1, x minus 0, x minus 3. All right. So what is asked in the question? At x equals to 2.5, find the value of P4 2.5. Put x equals to 2.5 and calculate it. You'll get the result 102.6875. So 4 decimal places. Control interpolation. Control interpolation is also known as Gauss-Newton forward-backward difference. It's also known as Gauss-Newton forward-backward difference. Gauss-Newton forward-backward difference. Let's use forward first. Forward difference formula. Gauss forward difference formula. So we'll write down the formula. P and S, this is S, term S, not X. P and S equals to F0 plus S into delta F0 plus S into S minus 1 divided by factorial 2 delta square F0 plus S into S minus 1 S minus 2 by factorial 3 delta cube F0 plus and so on. Where S is expressed in terms of X as X minus X0 divided by H, where H is the x interval or the change in x or the step size. H is known as the difference in x. So in case of forward difference or a backward difference, we'll be using this and the backward difference formula. We'll be using only difference, not the divided difference. All right. We'll make a difference only, not the divided difference. That will be more easy than the Newton's divided difference. So you need to remember the formula. F naught plus S into delta F naught plus S into S minus 1 divided by factorial 2 delta square F naught plus S into S minus 1 S minus 2 by factorial 3 delta cube F naught plus so on. Where S is X minus X naught divided by H, and H is the interval of X. So let's draw a problem. Estimate the value of sine theta. Estimate the value of sine theta at theta equals to 25 degree using Newton forward difference formula with the help of the following table. So instead of x and fx, here it is given theta and sine theta. Okay, so notation is changed, it doesn't matter. So 10, we are given 0.1736. At 20, we are given 0.3420. Maybe this is from the book only, this problem. 30, 0.5. At 40, 0.6428. And at 50, 0.7660. All right. 0. This is 0. Okay. 0.7660. Okay. It's theta and sine theta. We can say this is x and fx. Okay. So let us try to make a difference table here, not the divided difference. Okay. So we'll write the difference table. So Newton's difference table. The difference table will be same for forward and backward. We'll be doing this from the forward difference. Let's make a table. Theta and fx in this case is what? Sine theta. So write down 10. So 0.1736. Keep two spaces. All right. So 20. 0.3420. Let's write on the table vertically. At 30, it's given 0.5. At 40, 0.6428. And at 50, 0.7660. Let's calculate delta F. We'll not write down delta D, okay? This is not the divided difference, this is the difference. So this minus this, we'll keep it here. We'll not divide in this case. So this minus this, 0.1684. So this minus this, there will be 0.1580. This minus this, 0.1428 again. So that will be 0.1232. This is the difference, first difference. Okay, now we will write down delta square f, difference of these two, this minus this, कति आउँछ minus 0.0104, again over here minus 0.0152 over here minus 0.0196, another difference, so this minus this, we'll keep it here, 0.0048, this minus this, what is it, 0.0044, all right, and the last one delta power 4f, fourth difference, this minus this, so that will be minus 0.0004. Okay, you have made the table. So we'll be using these terms in the forward difference. We'll be using this in case of backward difference. Forward difference, and this for the backward difference. This problem we are doing by the forward difference. Okay, you made the table. Well, now let us write down the formula P and S. So where does the P and S end? So I given x0, x1, x2, x3 and x4. So P4, yes. So that will be what? P4S. So write down the P4 value for P4S. So let us calculate Yos first. Yos means what? X minus x naught by h. All right. So x minus x naught, first point is 10, and h is the difference in the value of x. So what is the difference in the value of x? See here, x interval is 10. This is theta, we are taking it as x. Okay, so the interval is what? 10. So what is the x as asked in the question? 25 ma value find out garna bhaneko cha. 25 by 10, that will be equals to 1.5. Thus, that is the value of yes. Now let us use P4S. Why P4S? Because we have given the term up to x0 to x4. So P4S will be equals to f0 plus s into delta f0 plus s into s minus 1 by factorial 2 delta square f0 plus s into s minus 1 s minus 2 divided by factorial 3 delta q f0 plus s into s minus 1 s minus 2 s minus 3 by factorial 4 delta power 4 f0. So यहाँसम्म जान्छ power 4. Now let us keep the value. f0 means the first functional value, that is 0.1736. all right, plus yes, we have calculated as 1.5. So 1.5 into delta f0. So what is delta f0? These values will be taken. This is f0, delta f0, delta square f0, delta cube f0, and delta power 4 f0 in forward difference. While using backward difference, we'll be taking these values. Okay. So 1.5 into 0.1684. So we have put these values. So put this plus 1.5 minus 1 by factorial 2 delta square f0. What is the value of delta square f0 over there? minus 0.0104. We have completed this. Put this value plus yes means 1.5, 1.5 minus 1, 1.5 minus 2 by factorial 3. Delta cube f naught, what is the value of delta cube f naught? 0.0048 plus, so we have completed this. Yes means 1.5, 1.5 minus 1, 1.5 minus 2, 1.5 minus 3 by factorial 4. What is this value? The last value, minus 0.0004. Okay, now calculate the whole terms. You will get 0.4220. That is sine 25 degree as asked in the question will be equals to P4, yes, will be equals to 0.4220. So that is the answer. So backward difference formula, Newton's backward difference formula. Backward difference formula. Backward difference formula, we have P and S will be equals to Fn. The forward difference was starting from F naught. This will start from Fn plus S into delta Fn plus S into S plus 1. There was S minus 1 if you remember. By factorial 2 delta square Fn plus S into S plus 1. S plus 2 divided by factorial 3 delta cube Fn and so on. Where S will be equals to x minus xn, the maximum value of xn, divided by h, where h is the same thing, where h is the x interval. So instead of using x naught, we'll be using xn. So this is a backward difference formula. So we can do the same problem, previous problem, by using the backward difference formula. So I'll write down the same thing. Okay, you have the formula, you have the value for S, and you can do it. So let us write down a problem, same problem. Repeat the estimation of sine 25 degree in above problem or the previous problem using Newton's backward difference formula. All right. So you can do the same problem, previous problem, by using Newton's backward difference formula. So यदि तपाईलाई क्वेशनमा त्यही एउटै प्रब्लम तपाईलाई ब्याकवर्ड र फरवर्ड गरेर गर्न भन्यो भने चाहिँ त्यही एउटै टेबलले काम चलिहाल्छ हैन, दुईटा टेबल बनाइराख्नु पर्दैन, खाली तपाईले भ्यालुजहरु चाहिँ तलबाट लिनुहुन्छ है। तर ब्याकवर्ड मात्र भन्यो भने टेबल बनाउनै पर्यो हैन, त्यसै अनुसार गर्नु पर्यो। लेट्स ट्राई टु सल्भ दैट। Okay, so we'll be using the same table. So let's do the solution. So yes भनेको कति हुने भयो यहाँ, x minus xn divided by h. All right, x कुन पोइन्टमा निकाल्नु पर्ने छ 25 मा, xn x को म्याक्सिमम भ्यालु भनेको x4, x4 कति छ 50 by h, h कति छ डिफरेन्स 10, so that will be equals to minus 2.5. all right, So what is P for x then? P for s. F4 plus s into delta F4, all right, plus s into s plus 1 by factorial 2 delta square F4 plus s into s plus 1 s plus 2 by factorial 3 delta cube F4 factorial 3 plus s into s plus 1 s plus 2 s plus 3 by factorial 4 into delta power 4 F4. So it's 4. So we'll do till 4 power 4. So keep the values here. F4. So what I said is that we'll be using the same table. So make a difference table. So we already made for the previous problem. We'll be using the same difference table here. So we'll be using these values at the backward difference. Okay. So we'll be using this as first value, this as second value, this as third value, fourth value, and this as fifth value. Okay. So what was your F naught? So this is X naught, this is F naught. Okay. So this is your F naught. So we'll start from there. So 0.7660 plus minus 2.5 into delta F4 को दिशा 0.1234 plus minus 2.5 plus 1 whole upon factorial 2 यो value को दिशा minus 0.0196. all right, so we have written this and this. So let us write down for this plus minus 2.5 into minus 2.5 plus 1 minus 2.5 plus 2 divided by factorial 3 into 0.0044. all right, so we have done this, the last term. So minus 2.5 plus 1 minus 2.5 plus 2 minus 2.5 plus 3 whole upon factorial 4. So keep this value. So minus 0.0004 and do the complete calculations here. Okay, so you get 0.422. you will get the same answers here. Hence, so sine 25 by using the backward difference will be equals to P4s will be equals to 0.422.